Hello everyone, and this is my review for Monday Night Raw that aired on October 26, 2015. And, before I get into what was the main storyline point of the show, let's go into what some of the other storylines were throughout the entire show, which there wasn't actually too many in the end of days. In the end of everything here. One, they finally did the full-on Paige turn for Paige going after Charlotte and Becky, and they're not playing around with the whole aspect that they're on again, off again team anymore. That Paige is pretty much done with them. She's a loner, everything like that. So it seems as if they're going in a route of Paige versus Charlotte here in the very near future. I do like that they're going in this direction. I did like the turn. I wish they would have done it a lot sooner, where they didn't make it feel like she was actually still a part of the team and trying to support them in any way. They did do the promo that kind of turned her heel, but then they did not really do much with that until pretty much right here, outside of like a bit of a losing streak and them kind of leaving each other in some points. But they finally did a full-on turn here, and that is a good thing for this case. The other main storyline element was the Wyatt family coming out, and you had them talking about what they did to The Undertaker the night before and everything, and then Kane appears, of course, in demon form now, and they decide, and they pretty much did exactly what they did to The Undertaker the week before. Or not the week before, but the night before at Hell in a Cell, with them beating down Kane and carrying him out. Probably leading into something with the Brothers of Destruction and what seems to be some kind of Survivor Series match with the Wyatts, Undertaker, Kane, and probably two other people, and some kind of traditional Survivor Series match, which will actually probably be, which honestly will probably be pretty cool. I did like what they did the night before at Hell in a Cell. It was kind of shocking. You weren't fully expecting it, and it was a good way of them going out of Hell in a Cell from the night before. And to continue it on here is another good way to go. So I expect to see them come back in like a week or two or something like that. And it seems like they're setting up some kind of Survivor Series tag team match with the Wyatts and with Kane, Undertaker, and at least two other people. So we'll see where they go with that. Now this brings us to the main storyline of the night, which also did create some storylines. Like you did have Zeb Coulter and Alberto Del Rio from the basically explain their alliance from the night before in there. Now they're calling them the Mex-Americans, which could be interesting. I mean, they have the aspect of both flags being put together and everything in there. It will be interesting to see where they go with this, with the two of them, because they've pretty much, you're playing the double entendre there that, they were foes for the longest time, and now they're teaming up together and everything like that. So we'll see where they go with that. But what they had for the main storyline of the night, and they started right at the beginning of the show, was with Seth Rollins. You're cutting your typical promo at the beginning of the show, but they throw a different element in there. It's like, oh, now that you've kind of gone through everybody, you can, it's not you can pick who your next opponent is, but these people have to fight for the right to get a match with you. And I like the promo. I like the promo. Put Seth Rollins over as a better champion than what they've pretty much been doing this entire time. So I definitely liked where they went with that aspect of it. And of course this started a series of matches that were going to lead into a fatal four-way at the end of the night, and these matches were really good matches, and they displayed the importance of these people wanting to be able to win these matches to get to the fatal four to try to become #1 contender. This was a good way of building a story, a main story around a single night. The match with Kofi Kingston and Roman Reigns was a lot of fun. Cesaro, Kevin Owens, again, just great stuff that you were seeing inside of the ring. Same with Neville and Alberto Del Rio, and as well with Dolph Ziggler and and Big E. And, you know, they played the whole aspect that the only way that you were going to get an opportunity of this Fatal 4-Way was if you had won the night before. And they even played later in the night with another 6-man tag of, you know, all the losers going, or some of the losers going up against each other, like with Ryback and the Dudleys, and you had Rusev, Sheamus, and King Barrett in there, and they were playing off of that storyline. It's like, hey, these guys are kind of left out of the mix because they lost last night, how angry these guys were going to be about, you know, being left out and everything in that aspect. I liked what they did with everything there. And the Fatal 4-Way later that night as well was just it was a really good Fatal 4-Way. I think they did a really good job of cementing a storyline here with setting up their #1 contender and it being Roman Reigns in the end, and starting off something with Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins here going into Survivor Series. I did thoroughly enjoy the show. I thought they did a lot better job this week than they've been doing over the past few weeks. And now, in some way, that's not saying much because the weeks leading into Hell in a Cell were kind of a snooze fest and not really good. This is a big step up from where they had been. I enjoyed Raw this week. They conveyed the aspect importance of the #1 contendership towards the WWE title. The Paige finally fully turning heel was, you know, long overdue, but pretty well done in the end. And the whole thing with the Wyatt family now with Kane as well in there, and after what they did to the Undertaker, was a lot of fun as well. So this week's Raw, pretty good Raw. Pretty good Raw. Big step up from where they had been in the terms of trying to create story and create, importance around what they needed to create importance around. And yeah, that's my review for Monday Night Raw this week. And I thank you guys for watching.